I'm like, I want to look on the left and on the right and in the middle. I want to understand where both groups are coming from because we're split. So, and I haven't really I came out saying I was a supporter of Andrew Yang, but not as a Democrat or Republican or anything. Just like I enjoyed that he was touching on the automation ideas. That's the reason he got elected. Donald Trump got elected because he was going to promise to bring jobs back. And Andrew Yang's talking that robots are coming. We need to do something else, and that's how I get in the freedom dividend. But all his policies are great. He's thinking about people first, and I became obsessed with him. Even if he wasn't running for president and he was just like a podcast host or something, I would listen to Andrew Yang because he's talking to me because I understand this new world of technology. And that's what concerns me about the Biden and Sanders. It's and Elizabeth. Like I'll go on the record by saying this is just my opinion. I don't think Harris, Biden, Warren, or Sanders can beat Donald Trump.
I don't think so either.
Because they're going to Harris spends her whole time on the debate stage going like Donald Trump sucks. People are like, listen.
Yeah, we know. So
Andrew Yang can get some Trump voters. So we have to see if the Democrats will even allow Andrew Yang to be the representative.
I think the two candidates that could get in there and really Obama-esque our political world, and that's make our political world bipartisan again, because the most important, our founding fathers created left and the right for a reason. It's important to have two strong parties, not an insane party and a pussy party, which is what it is right now, let's be honest. We need two badass groups now, and we don't have that anymore. And the only two candidates I think that can bring just this new hope energy is Yang and Buttigieg. But I think both of them are too young. I think that's because we don't think so. Right. Because if Trump can be in office, I don't care what your age is, but we're not the ones that vote. And let's be honest, millennials, you're not voting, and I don't know why. And that's the problem, because the baby boomers will sit in line for 7 hours and they'll vote, and they're the ones voting for the Bidens or the Bernies or the Trumps. And our generation and below is just like, well, why my vote doesn't matter. I don't care. And I don't know if you've watched the show The Politician yet on Netflix.
No, but I've heard about it.
But it's so amazing.
Really?
And one of the episodes, it basically talks about our political system through the prism of a high school, a kid in high school running for president.
It's with Ben Platt, yeah?
Who's unbelievable. Oh, the whole show is fantastic. But they do a whole episode on this guy called The Voter. And he's just this 16-year-old kid that he's just horny all the time. He's just looking at boobs and butts, and he's not really paying attention in class. And both of the political candidates running for president try and reach him, going like, what can I do to help you? And the one person is like this very beautiful girl, and she's like, we can, like, we'll hang out. And the other person is like, I care about what you want to get done in this school. And he finally opens the kid up, and he kind of talks a little bit about what he would want. And then, so you're like, all right, well, this person made some leeway because he put in the effort. And then the next scene is the kids at home eating dinner with his family, and they're like, the election was today, did you vote? And he's like, no, I don't care. And that's the frustrating thing right now is we all want to sit and complain on our technology devices about like how angry we are, how happy we are, whatever it is. But the only thing you can actually actively do is vote, and none of us want to do that.
I think it's really crazy though, not to keep bringing Yang back, but he really is reaching the millennials and seeing them show up for all the rallies. And just like,
because the conservative side of me, of the pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of thing,
absolutely,
really is instilled in me.
Sure.
Because that's why I never get into the debates, because I just go, for me personally, I don't care who wins, because I know that I'll be responsible for my own life. That I have to, if the healthcare is this way and I got to do this to have it, then that's what I have to do. I can complain for 4 years, which I know there's a lot of.
But you're the 20%. Of the 80-20 rule. 20% of the people do all the work. 80% just kind of, JFK said, ask not what this country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. We need to find that again, because we all just want stuff done for us. We want you to hand us money. We want you to hand us sympathy. We want you to we don't want to do anything anymore. So I understand that mentality, absolutely, but you are a part of the 20%.
Of wanting to, and I just want to see, but that's the other reason that I enjoyed Yang, and I enjoy Yang is because though it does seem like a socialist program to give everyone $1,000 with the Freedom Dividend. I think for people who are undecided, I'm not trying to sway anybody, I'm not getting into a political thing here, but this is what I enjoyed, is that I looked at it as, would $1,000 a month benefit me? Would $1,000 a month benefit Alyssa, my cousins, my family? And when he talks about people who are, like, his wife is at home with their 2 kids, one who's autistic, and her value and the GDP is 0. Even though her work is so important, being a stay-at-home mom, taking care of kids. There's also people in my family who are school teachers who love what they do, but are having kids now, and
they're just not making enough money.
They're making enough, but they want to stay home. But imagine if they each got $1,000, and now that person could stay home with the 2 kids, or the single mom doesn't have to have 3 jobs; she can just have 1. You know, I see the $1,000 helping every single person.
So
Maybe
here is my question with getting the $1,000. Are we also teaching you that you don't have to do anything to earn it? Because for the people that work hard and mean well, an extra $1,000, we're going to figure out how to utilize that money to our best. But 80-20 rule, what are 80% of people going to do if we're now like, we're going to give you $1,000 a month?
It's essentially, it's $1,000 is not enough to live off of, but it's enough to give you food and give you that. So it's like, not everyone's going to quit their job. Right. Like someone who's a school teacher or something goes, oh, I want to raise a kid. $1,000's not enough to quit your job and stay home. But if your husband works or it's switched,
it'll help.
And people who are making the whole minimum wage argument. If somebody's making, if that doesn't change, and someone's working 40 hours a week, only bringing in $2,200 a month, but now they basically get a $12,000 a year raise with the Freedom Dividend.
Yeah.
So he calls it capitalism that starts at $1,000, not at 0, so that your basic needs are met, from food and this and that. And it's not by taxing everyday people.
Yeah, where do we get that money?
He wants to do it from, and Jack Dorsey from Twitter, Elon Musk, these big tech guys are already endorsing him that it's a good idea.
Interesting.
It's essentially all these jobs are being automated away, and they have these robots doing the job, so they're not paying thousands of workers. These tech companies are saving all this.
So the tech companies are going to be responsible.
So the tech companies, where if you do a Facebook ad or a self-driving car mile, like everything, we all get a piece of, as if we're an investor in America, and they're just giving us $1,000 a month dividend of all the technological advancements. So I'm sitting back going, the day that robots are bringing us Postmates, we can go, well, wow, like, I'm going to make money from that.
Circle, yeah.
And it allows people to be more creative. And that's what I like too, because this whole working is going to be gone in 20 years, these jobs that everyone works, because he even talks about
5. I mean,
5,
everything's moving so freaking fast.
All the retail workers, all the truck drivers, like all this stuff is going away. So what are all these people going to do? But if we had an extra $1,000, or if families had an extra $2,000, you could maybe start a business, or you could go paint and sell paint, you know, like be more creative, so we're not just so like stressed about money. So he sold me on his idea, and I've just been following him, and every other policy he has is amazing too. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
But that's my 2 cents on it. I'm just a real big supporter. He's made it to the debate stage again, so he's going to be on the debate stage in October, or this month, next week.
Yeah.
And
I loved too at the last debate on his Instagram, getting ready for it. He was like playing basketball on skateboard. Like, he's this cool, like, little. I just love him.
No, you relate
relatable.
to him. Yeah,
totally.
he's a human.
Exactly.